배고파. 신비야, 얼른 그 도시락 꺼내봐. 이 시간만을 기다렸다고.
Lunchbox? Shinbi rummaged in her bag, and she really took out her lunchbox. Soi's eyes sparkled. What's with the lunchbox?
소희 어머니가 싸주셨어.
She exists? I'm surprised. I mean, you two are living together. I thought there was no contact or anything.
응, 엄마가 놀러 왔거든.
Oh, okay. Soi reached out to the lunchbox, almost drooling. She opened the box and squealed in happiness. Sure enough, the box was packed with delicious-looking food.
엄마의 음식을 먹을 때는 엄마의 잔소리가 그리운 유일한 순간이지.
아주머니 음식 솜씨가 일품이긴 해.
The two peered inside the lunchbox as they spoke. So, you two are eating those for lunch today?
넌 또 식당 매점행이야?
I forget which way is the cafeteria. Yeah, well, no choice.
행운을 빌어.
Shinbi patted me on the shoulders. Ugh, what if I can't get any food? Then I'll come straight to the classroom and snatch those away.
도전장은 감사히 받겠지만 그건 네가 돌아올 때쯤에 밥이 한 알이라도 남아있을 때 얘기지.
Soi grinned. Ugh, I hate that sneaky grin. Soi was smiling triumphantly, but suddenly looked at my knee.
그나저나 너 무릎은 괜찮아?
Pounding with injury with every heartbeat. Oh, this? I looked at the band-aid on my leg. I felt like the scratch didn't hurt since I couldn't see it. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. I had times where I had scratches on my fingers and it took me hours to realize, why does my finger burn so much? Oh, I'm injured. And then when I put a band-aid on, it still burns.
양호실에 갔다길래 걱정했어. 거긴 이상한 선생님이 있잖아.
Oh fuck, everyone forgot their memories. I wasn't hurt that much. There was no need to go there.
그 양호 선생이 제대로 치료를 한 거야? 믿을 수가 있어야지.
She looked at the band-aid on my knee as if she couldn't believe it was there. Well, I did get it treated, regardless of who did that. Soi said she's glad and shrugged her shoulders. But then she added in a worried voice.
네 무릎은 괜찮다고 쳐도 레드 선배의 행동은 정말 구설수에 오르고도 남을 감이야.
Yeah, how dare he do that? That was so disgusting to you. Can't he do that, like, in not public? My head's about to hurt again.
혹시 모르니까 레드 선배의 팬들은 조심하는 게 좋아. 제대로 눈도장 찍혔으니까 말이야.
Oh yeah, I read that they do terrible things to me.
게다가 이번 일로 팬은 더 늘겠지.
바로 그게 문제지. 다친 여자애를 주저없이 업고 달려갔다는 말에 나도 두근거렸단 말이야.
My mother saved a person's life a few months ago. Maybe it was a year ago. We should get butterflies in our stomachs because of that. Really? I wasn't really happy about it. Soi complained about how I was just whining. I mean, I guess Soi would have dealt with the situation more easily. Anyway, I'm going to the cafeteria.
행운을 빌어.
또 넘어지지 마.
I said bye to the two and left the classroom in a hurry. Of course. Again.
피자빵. 이 피자빵 남았어요?
내 빵이야! 야! 너 그거 내려놔! 아직 계산도 안 했단 말이야!
If you haven't paid for it, then it's not yours yet. idiot. The crowded cafeteria was a battlefield again. I think I chatted with Soy and Shimby for too long. I should have come as soon as the bell rang. No, actually, I guess it would have been the same even if I came then. I was worried about how I'd be able to get through this crowd and get a piece of bread. Should I just skip lunch? But I could almost hear Tay nagging me to not skip their meals. Well, gee, if he knows how terrible the cafeteria situation is, you think you'd make your own lunch or something like that. Or he'd make sure of that, considering he's so insistent upon it. While I was hesitating between the two options, the battle was continuing. It was then.
히로인! 빵 사러 온 거야?
No, I'm here to buy something to drink. I turned around and saw Red grinning and running towards me. Oh, Red. I peered around and made sure I wasn't too friendly with him. Red didn't really seem to care, but I did. I was especially careful because of what happened in the morning. Because that was totally something important and we keep having to mention it. If I look too friendly with him, others will start suspecting things again. They are idiots who suspect things over nothing. Common courtesy is something suspicious for them. They would think you're fucking Tay if he held the door open for you.
너 무릎은 괜찮고?
Sure enough, he first asked about my knee.
아프면 꼭 얘기해. 나중에 같이 병원 가보자.
Oh my god, no, there's no need for that. God! I just tripped. There's nothing to worry about. Now, my mother once tripped really badly and landed on her kneecap, but she has already problems with her knee for years before. And she landed in a way that it really smashed her kneecap. So yes, she noticed herself that at that point, yeah, I need the hospital and a professional to look at this. This isn't just a, oops, tripped and I got a little scratch here, oops. So yeah, Red is right in saying that a trip can be bad, but this really wasn't that bad of a trip. Compared to things that are apparently going to happen later on.
그래도... 아, 참! 이거 줄게.
Red rummaged in his pocket. He handed me a chocolate snack. Oh goody, that's a good lunch to have for school.
초콜릿이 입혀져 있는 과자인데 바삭바삭하고 달아. 엄청 맛있어.
Oh! My stomach instantly growled since I didn't have anything to eat. Is this what people call automatic reflex? I took the biscuit Red handed me. Red gave a satisfied smile to see me take it.
빵 사러 가려던 거야?
But I sighed at seeing the battle happening right in front of my eyes. I thought people were staring because you're talking to one of the Hot Five. Seeing that, Red said to me,
내가 사다 줄게. 너 카레빵, 아니, 메론빵이었나?
both sound tasty. Anything that's still there. I felt sorry to ask Red a favor, but I was too hungry, so I couldn't help it. It wasn't a time to be picky. I just have to fill my stomach. While that is true, if someone is intolerant or even allergic to something, even if it's a time where being picky is not good, you do have to be picky to remain alive.
알았어. 그럼 여기서 기다려.
Red grinned, telling me to just trust him, and disappeared into the crowd. I guess I'll mooch off today. I felt thankful that Red cared for my hurt knee and the fact that I didn't eat lunch yet. He actually feels pretty reliable today. Really? He feels the same as he usually does. Of course, except for the fact that he carried me on his back to the infirmary when everyone was watching. Oh, so that's how you pronounce Eri. I kept pronouncing it wrong. Tay? I was looking at where Red disappeared to when someone grabbed my shoulder. Tay called me, but he was looking at where Red went. He must have been watching the whole time.
레드가 너랑 이야기하다가 저쪽으로 사라지는 걸 봤는데 뭘 사러 간 거야?
Yeah, a piece of bread. I didn't eat lunch yet, so he said he'd get something for me.
그래. 난 또 아침에 일로 잔소리하려고 따라왔더니 축구하러 간다는 것 같았는데 식당엔 왜 온 거지?
Well, he's asking if I'm okay. So, you know, how horrible. Nag him? He seemed to feel troubled and sorry at the same time.
널 곤란하게 만들 수도 있는 일이었으니까.
Until the consequences come up, it really doesn't feel like a difficult situation. Oh. Tay was feeling sorry for what Red did this morning. I felt thankful for his kindness. But it's not like I resent Red for what he did. I know very well that he didn't do it to put me in trouble.
그건...
Tay pointed at the biscuit in my hand. Oh, Red gave this to me. He said it's really good.
또 잔소리할 게 늘었군.
How can he give you chocolate? Doesn't he know how unhealthy that is? Maybe I really should start making lunches for everyone. Huh? Why?
그 과자 여자아이한테 받은 거거든. 선물로 받은 물건을 다시 다른 사람에게 주는 건 별로 좋은 행동이 아니잖아.
Well, that depends. The way I understood it in eastern areas and like, you know, Korea, Japan, China and all that, it is considered rude to re-gift or change anything on a gift that you received. But for us it seems, you know, pretty normal because maybe you want to share it with other people, or in the case that something was given to you that you don't like, but someone else likes it a lot, you see no issue with giving them something because you know that they'll enjoy it, maybe. So, this is really a cultural thing. Oh. A girl gave this to him as a present. After hearing that, I felt too bad to eat it. I feel like I did something wrong.
넌 모르고 받은 거니까 네 잘못이 아니야. 레드와는 나중에 이야기하도록 할게.
Okay.
무릎은 괜찮아?
Oh my god, would you people stop asking? It's not like I broke my kneecap or my tibia, or even the fibia. Hell, if I smashed my femur from that chip, then I'd be wondering. But as it is, it's a freaking scratch! I think this is what he wanted to ask me in the first place. Oh, it's fine. Thanks to Red, I went to the infirmary and got it treated. It's just a small scratch. A small scratch is how I got my scars.
그래, 알았어.
but he still didn't look so happy.
누군가 고의로 널 다치게 한 게 아니라면 좋겠는데.
Well, she was hurt on purpose because she's an idiot who doesn't know how to walk with the crowd rather than trying to go through it.
좋지 않은 예감이 들어.
You're a conspiracy nut. Everything is done by someone else on purpose. God forbid, maybe Ellie is just a klutz. I was startled at what Red said. I mean, Tay. I never thought that. No way. That just makes my head hurt, so I didn't even want to think about it. The idea of someone purposefully doing something to hurt me? Oh, let's not think about that.
그래, 일단 알았어. 그럼 점심 맛있게 먹어?
The chocolate I'm holding or the bread that Red hasn't gotten me yet? Tay looked down at my knee again, and he turned around after giving me a smile. Everyone's worrying about me. I really felt thankful for that. I personally think they're really overdoing it. But I do feel like they're worrying too much. I actually felt worried for Tay to think that he might be suspicious of innocent people. I looked up wondering if Red will take longer. I guess I can't be a saint. I saw Red come towards me with a plastic bag in his hand. He missed Tay by just a few seconds. Why did you buy so much? The plastic bag Red handed me was pretty heavy. Peering inside, I saw that he bought all the kinds of bread the cafeteria has. And he even bought several drinks. Does he expect me to eat all of this by myself? But first, how did he manage to get all this? It must have been so competitive.
너 말랐잖아. 든든하게 먹어야지.
Oh, but this is still too much. Let's eat together.
아니야. 난 축구하는 애들이랑 먹으러 가기로 했어.
Come to think of it, Tay said something like that before. What? Then why did you come to the cafeteria? To ask about your knee.
이제 슬슬 가봐야겠다.
Red didn't answer my question and looked surprised after glancing at the clock.
나는 이만 애들 만나러 가볼게. 맞다. 그리고 연극 히로인역 얘기는 정말 진심이니까 꼭 다시 생각해봐. 아침에도 열심히 얘기했지만 히로인과 함께라면 정말 좋은 작품이 나올 것 같거든.
My heart beat fast from his grin. When did you learn how to give such a nice smile?
그럼 나중에 보자.
I was still spacing out, but Red left me and ran towards the door.
맞다. 너 또 뛰다가 다치지 마.
I didn't get hurt because I was running. How could he say that when he's the one who is running right now? 'Cause he's a boy and he's not gonna trip. Duh! After saying that, Red really turned around and ran off. I guess this will be my dinner too. Even while heading back to the classroom with the heavy bag, all I could think about was Red. For some reason, I can't forget the smile he gave me earlier. Besides, why did Red bother to come to the cafeteria in the first place? The way he evaded my question, too? He must have come to just help me. No, that can't be it. Was it just because he really wants me to play the heroine? I felt that the food could have been some sort of bribe. But I soon shook my head. That's not it either. Red would never think like that. Red is always straightforward and honest. Although he seems a bit simple-minded because of that, it's actually pretty cute. Before I knew it, I was smiling at the thought of him. The bus back home was always much better than when I go to school. Would it be? I mean, wouldn't it be when all the schools are out and it would still be packed with students going home? I left the school a bit late today, so the bus was pretty empty. Okay. But in general, whenever it's packed, I always feel like the bus spits me out. But when it's relaxed like this, I can just walk out of the bus. I was walking towards home from the station when I saw a familiar figure afar. The person with silver hair was wearing the same uniform as me. Obviously, this means it's Lance. Lance! I peered around to see if anyone was near and called Lance. I ran towards him. Why am I having a scene with you when I'm on Red's route? The scratch healed a bit, so there was no problem with running or walking.
그렇게 뛰다가 또 넘어지면 어떡하려고 그럽니까?
Well, you're probably gonna tell me to suck it up and walk, considering you're not gonna think I'm gonna have to go to the hospital for a scratch. As soon as I stopped in front of him, Lance nagged me. Well, aren't you just boyfriend material? That's what everyone says to me. Tay worried about me at lunch, and when I went back to the classroom, Soy, Shimbi, and even Yano all told me to watch out for my knee. Lance looked at me with an odd expression. Why?
냄새가 나는군요.
Sorry, it's just... That's not really something you say to a person. At least not that bluntly in public. And also... When I was younger, I had an illness for which I was in hospital in that did involve problems that often left me being smelly. So being told that I smell or stink is it's kind of a sore spot for me. So Lance saying that just brings up bad memories. Unpleasant memories. Thanks, Grandpa. I wish I had written that in a diary, so I could have forgotten it by ripping the pages. What smell? The disinfectant? Maybe he's referring to your period smell. I wouldn't be surprised if you forgot that you have your period or that you're too dumb to realize that you're having it.
아니요. 그 기분 나쁜 정의의 용사 흉내를 내는 시끄러운 바보에게서 나던 냄새 말입니다.
Oh my god, Red jacked off onto my jacket this morning in his erotic dream. You smell red?
초콜릿입니까?
Oh. Lagging. There we go. It's probably because I ate the chocolate biscuit Red gave me. I must have chocolate all over my mouth. I was hungry on my way home, so I ate a biscuit Red gave me.
불량식품을 드셨군요. 뭐 개인의 자유지만 말입니다.
So why are you talking about it? Sometimes I feel like Lance is a bit harsh. When he talks about Red, he's especially unforgiving. But if I take Red's side right now, I knew things would get worse, so I didn't say anything. I thought about whether Lance hates Red. They always don't get along.
어쨌든 다치면 흉터가 아니 그보다 그 빨간 원숭이는 대체 생각이 있는 건지 없는 건지 모르겠군요.
Scratches generally don't turn into scars. You really have to injure several layers of skin, maybe even subcutaneous stuff, to actually get a scar. Or it has to be really bad. I mean, I have some pretty bad scratch scars, but that's because the scratch originally was pretty bad. Also, I scar easily and heal very slowly. So, it's common that I get scars. But usually, scratches and scabs heal very fast. You don't even realize that you have them. Also, what a way to jump the subject.
왜 불편함을 감수하면서까지 리무진에서 나누어 내리는지를 이해 못한 것 같더군요.
Hey, I forgot this morning when I get off at the limousine sometimes. So, you know, don't blame him. Lance must have worried about the same thing as Tay. But he didn't have to say it like that. He wasn't wrong, but he could have said nicer. Well, Lance is always merciless towards Red. If I take Red's side now, I guess things will get worse. I just stayed quiet. I feel like they never get along very well. Eri, I know that you're having major memory problems right now, but we don't. You don't have to mention to us within a minute that they don't get along very well, because you just said that a minute ago. I don't understand why they always take a go at each other. They're the usual odd couple.
미안해. 제일 바보 같고 겁나는 건 나야. 레드보다 멍청한 건 나라고.
자, 기억해봐. 다른 곳에 있었던 너의 이야기야.
I'm trying to forget that route. I teleported. I was suddenly surrounded by light as if someone turned on the switch. I was left alone at a quiet street. I could see the sunset. Before I knew it, I saw the front door in front of me. What is this? Honestly, I'm confused myself right now. What did I just see?
No.
I was startled and trembled at the voice coming from behind me. Lance saw me looking surprised and tilted his head.
왜 멍하게 있는 겁니까? 집에 다 왔습니다.
Holy shit, we teleported home when I was spacing out. Okay. I rummaged in my pocket and took out the key. My hands were trembling as I put the key into the lock. I tried my best so Lance wouldn't notice and managed to open the door. To open the door. Okay? Thankfully, Lance didn't notice anything strange and headed straight to his room. I too hurried into my room. I put my back on the closed door and sank to the floor. I have to write in my diary. Diary? I think I'm going insane. And then the wizard is going to read that and he's going to be like, haha, that's funny. And Nameless is going to be like, soon she'll be mine. And then we'll have a tea party. It'll never end. My body was still trembling. I ate dinner and lied on my bed, but I still kept remembering what happened earlier. And the cat just knocked something down. I also lay on my bed. And you ate dinner while trembling? And nobody said anything? The voice I heard this morning was so creepy, I got goosebumps. But this time I heard Lance's voice. Even though he was standing right beside me. The voice of Lance feebly blaming himself hovered around my ears. So strange. I feel like I'm dreaming. If I think about it, the fact that the dolls became human itself is so strange. Is this all really a dream? I should drink cold water and gather myself. I got out of my comfy bed. You guys aren't sleeping yet? I came out of my room and found Red and Yana watching TV. It was already 11. They both turned their eyes from the TV and looked at me.
히로인!
마스터, 아직 안 주무셨어요?
I just asked you that you didn't do that yet. No, I couldn't sleep. What were you watching? Adult entertainment. That's the only thing they play at this point. They turned their eyes to the television because of my question.
아, 저랑 레드는 레드가 좋아하는 전대물을 보고 있었어요.
Do they generally play that late at night?
내가 좋아해서 보는 게 아니라 다 옐로우를 위해 보고 있는 거야. 옐로우도 정의를 지켜야 하는 사명을 가지고 있으니까 말이야.
Yeah, okay. I looked around and saw the chocolate biscuits Red gave me earlier. He was sharing them with Yana, too. I felt a bit guilty remembering what Tay told me. But seeing Yana eat them too, I felt a bit better. Oh, good. I'm not the only one who's doing something wrong.
나는 정의의 용사 레드! 블루, 네가 날 배신하다니 믿을 수 없다. 동료를 믿었는데.
Not bad. They made a show based on Red, whose concept was failing, and got Red's actual voice to voice him. That is amazing, guys.
레드, 너는 항상 꿈에 빠져서 현실성 없는 소리만 하지. 세상에는 타협이란 게 필요하다고. 너처럼 앞뒤가 꽉 막힌 사람은 결국엔 승리할 수 없어.
I would call Lance the uptight one compared to Red.
그게 무슨 소리냐, 블루? 지금이라도 늦지 않았어. 마왕의 검을 버리고 다시 우리에게 돌아와. 우리는 너를 믿고 있어. 옐로우, 핑크, 화이트, 블랙 모두가 여전히 너를 기다리고 있어.
It's morphin' time!
블루, 네가 있어야 할 곳은 바로 여기야. 제발 나의 말을 들어줘.
Red looked like he'd jump into the screen any minute now. He flinched as the story reached its climax. His eyes widened as he stared at the TV screen.
블루, 넌 우리에게 돌아올 거야. 그렇지?
레드, 몇 번을 말해. 나는 배신자라고. 이제 그만 그 현실을 받아들여.
You know, that sounds like what I want Alvin to say in Tales of Exilia after he betrayed you like 3 or 4 times. You know, Jude's all, I trust you, Alvin. I want you to come back to us. For Christ's sake, Jude, I've been betraying you like 5 times already. I'm gonna do it more times. When will you realize that I can't be trusted? Suddenly, light beamed out of the red character on screen.
저 빛은 뭐야?
It is the chi of the Gekidama Spirit Bomb Kamehame Kienzan Thingy Beam.
드디어 특별한 힘에 눈을 뜬 것 같군요. 실험은 성공적이었습니다.
The red on TV suddenly emitted light from all over his body. Then he grabbed the gleaming sword that fell from the sky and started to attack the enemies. But not Blue, because he's his friend.
오?
The battle got intense. Red was getting more absorbed into the story.
그래. 결국 레드는 특별한 힘에 눈을 뜨고 동료를 구하는 거야. 그리고 레드의 포지션을 언제나 지키는 거지. 항상 동료를 믿고 진심만을 가지고 돌아선 사람들을 되찾아오는 거야.
Red looked touched as he stared at the red on TV.
진심은 어디에나 통하는 법이야. 그것만 있으면 특별한 힘도 사람들도 구할 수 있다고.
Okay. Being honest is good and all. I would love brutal honesty to be a bit more common. But I have never heard of someone actually getting powers from being honest. His sparkling eyes seem to ask us to agree. Yano, please don't make your obsessed face. But Yano didn't say anything and just looked at the TV. Red shook Yano and urged him.
옐로우, 어때? 감동적이지?
Oh, it's okay, it's just... It's been done before and you can read where everything is gonna go.
레드, 제 생각에는 저런 건 TV 속에나 존재하는 거예요.
See, it only exits on TV. It never exits in reality. Exits.
옐로우.
I thought I heard it wrong too and looked at Yano. But Yano didn't change his expression.
현실 세계에서 저런 일들은 그렇게 쉽게 이루어지지 않아요. 믿는 것만으로 모든 것이 해결되지는 않아요.
That's true. Although what Yano said was cold, it was realistic. But I was surprised to see Yano be so cynical when he always avoided confrontation. Oh, he's still retaining some of the development we gave him in his route?
옐로우, 그건 아직 수련이 부족해서 그래. 믿으면 뭐든지 이루어지는 거야. 언젠가는 나에게도.
You want to tell that to the people who believe their damnedest that they're gonna actually manage to, I don't know, walk again after having paralyzed legs or getting cancer or whatever, and yet things don't get better? Come on, guys! It can happen if you just believe in yourself! Believe that it will happen! According to Red.
나에게도 특별한 힘이 분명히 생길 거야. 그렇지, 히로인?
Huh?
히로인의 생각은 어때? 옐로우처럼 부정적인 말을 하지는 않을 거지?
Well, considering that we saw the wizard talk a lot with Nameless, then magic obviously exists to a certain extent here. On the other hand, Red does have problems with being not all that in touch with reality, so maybe telling him that reality will work is the right option? I'm not sure. Let's say that they do exist. Then again... I mean, I read that one of Red's bad endings is sort of very Sentai showish in the end, because it's a bad ending. So maybe buying into his special powers thing is wrong? It's a blind route. If we're gonna make a mistake, we're gonna make a mistake and then fix it later on. Sure, they exist. It'll happen. Yeah, someday you might. Maybe? I did add that last word, but Red would probably cheer up anyway. Like Yano said, it would be difficult to get special powers like the characters on TV. But special powers don't always have to be magic. There are so many other ways to save people. Maybe it's one of Red's special powers to be so sociable. As I nodded, Red looked deeply moved.
그렇지, 히로인. 봐, 옐로우. 히로인이 그렇다잖아. 히로인은 그렇게 말해줄 줄 알았어.
Lagging. Come on, react. Sure enough, Red looked extremely happy. He suddenly grabbed my hand. My heart beat fast from surprise, but Red just looked tearful.
정말 히로인과 연극도 같이 할 수 있었으면 좋겠다. 내 특별한 힘을 믿어주는 히로인이라면 내 상대 역도 잘해줄 텐데.
Before I knew it, the subject suddenly changed to the play. Yeah, I'll think about it.
어쨌든 너밖에 없어, 히로인.
I did awkwardly laugh it off, but I flinched inside. Yano was just silently staring at the TV.
마스터, 이제 주무실 거예요?
Are you? Yano turned off the TV and looked at me. Yeah, I came out just for a glass of water anyway. I should go to bed now.
그럼 내가 물 떠다 줄게.
My knee is fine enough so I can do it myself? Red abruptly stood up and headed towards the kitchen. Thanks to that, it was just me and Yano in the living room.
무릎은 정말 괜찮은 거예요?
No, it's getting gangrene underneath the band-aid and it will have to be cut off. That's all people have been asking me today. I stroked his hair. Yano curled up a bit like a rabbit and let me stroke his hair. I was getting way too much attention compared to when Grandpa just passed away. Yeah, losing a relative that you love? Pfft, that's nothing. But a scratch on your knee? God, are you okay? I have to put you on suicide watch. I can't believe there are this many people who worry about me. I feel like the emptiness I felt after Grandpa left is finally going away now. I took the cup, said goodnight to the boys, and came back to my room. Went back to your room. I emptied the glass and put it on my desk. Red always says that he's the justice warrior. And he really believes that there are special powers hidden within him. He genuinely believes that he'll realize those powers one day. I lay on my bed and closed my eyes. And I thought of that kind, red-haired boy. Red is really innocent and honest. But is he too innocent? The things Red believes can't happen in reality. Is it really best for Red to just pretend to believe him and not? What if he thinks that I tricked him when he realizes how I really think? I felt bad to think that. So let's not think about it. He would definitely be so disappointed. He'll be disappointed when he finds out that he doesn't have those special powers. Red is awesome enough without those special powers. Why don't you tell him that? Maybe it'll make him feel good. But I don't think he realizes that.